Excuse me, lady, are you crying? What happened? Mildred looked around in surprise and saw an elderly black man who was looking at her with compassion. The girl thought that she didn't look very good now. Her eyes were red because she cried a lot. The nose was swollen. That didn't make Mildred any prettier. Confused, the girl smiled welcomely to the stranger. No, sir, everything is fine. I just feel sad sometimes. Why, miss? There was curiosity in the stranger's voice. Because I am alone. I have no one to share my joy or sorrow with. You see, sir, Mildred spoke animatedly. I was left an orphan when I was 12 years old. I didn't want to stay with my mother's parents, and I had never seen my father's relatives, as I didn't know his name. And then what? The man sat down next to Mildred. I realized that I don't want to disturb anyone. There are always a lot of people in my grandmother's house, and I was very tired of it. Because when there are so many people around you, the world sometimes seems too small. I took my cat Jack and left the house with him. Honestly, no one was looking for me. And where did you live all this time? Asked the interlocutor. You are definitely not 12 years old now. No, of course, the girl laughed. I'm more than 12. Another thing is that I never felt like an adult. I often feel like I'm a little girl and waiting for someone to help me. But Jack is sure that I can handle it just fine on my own. Are you working or studying, miss? The stranger raised his hands to show that Mildred might not answer. However, the girl wanted to talk. I graduated from technical college and now work for Smith as a line control operator, Mildred said. It gets tiring sometimes, but I like my job. I also work as a waitress for Mr. Frost, who has a pizzeria on the corner of Green Street and Dark Lane. Looking at her interlocutor, the girl continued trustingly. I like to talk, but at work we are forbidden to communicate with each other. I come home, grab Jack and start sharing everything I've seen and heard that day. Jack is a very smart cat, he knows how to listen. Sometimes he answers me if he wants, but usually Jack listens silently and asks for food for himself, and I love to pamper him with something tasty. So, is Jack your only friend? Asked the man. The girl sighed. Unfortunately, he is, sir. So I felt sad and sat down to cry. Sorry if I disturbed you. It doesn't matter. The stranger waved it off. Sometimes it's useful to talk even with a stranger. It makes your soul feel better. I thought so too. Mildred smiled and shook the man's hand. Thank you, sir, for listening. I'm not so sad anymore. Have a nice day. She's gone, and the man remained sitting at the same place. He thought that such a nice girl would definitely have some friend, and he was lucky to do at least something nice for someone. My day was not wasted. The man looked up and waved his hand to someone. He was also alone, but after talking with Mildred, he realized that there were many more people like him or her than it seemed.